Hello everybody, how are we doing today? How are we doing? Good to see y'all out here. Welcome on into the Friday stream. Excellent to have you. And oh my gosh, I forgot to turn my lights on. Let me do that real quick. But oh, it's good to see y'all out here. Oh, only one light wants to come on today. Okay, the other one doesn't want to connect to the computer, so we got to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, this is it. This is professional streaming right here at its very best. We're ready to go. Now the app won't load. We're really ready to go. This is, yep, day in the life. Everybody's like, how does streamer do things? Nope, that one actually is not even alive. Let me see. Can I fix it? Maybe. It turned on? Maybe it'll want to turn on. Well, I don't know. Hi, how we doing, everybody? Welcome on. Welcome on in. There we go. Look at that. Oh, even lighting. Yay, we love it. My friends, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. I very much do appreciate it. And Cass, thank you so much for the 6 months. I very much do appreciate that as well. Just got some cake and ready for the stream. Hey, happy Friday. Hope everybody is having an amazing day. Don't forget to like the stream. I do appreciate that. And Void, thank you so much for becoming a supporter before the stream started. I really do appreciate that as well. Oh my gosh. I see we got Zacatay in here. We got Umberfy, we got Wiki Stacy, we got RK. What's going on? How the tours go yesterday? It was really fun. It was really cool seeing everybody's builds. Lydia, what's going on? Amber, how we doing? Singularity, how we doing? How's my Friday? It's kind of just getting started, but it hasn't been bad so far. Emmy, what's going on? Scribbly Dibbly, Wimzella, Profi Sloth, Snacks, Steel Meadow. Oh my gosh, we made it to the end of the week. Yes, we did. Profi Sloth again. Hi. Oh my gosh, Octavia. We got Charlotte. We got Liz the Lizard. We got Nirvana Games in here. What's up? Pia the Fox. Hello. Alyssa. Hello. Jack, how you doing? Hi. Oh my gosh, it's good to see y'all out here. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. I started going down a little bit of a rabbit hole like 5 minutes ago, so I'm like trying to come back outside of it. Also, it's really hot in my office today, so if you can hear the AC, I do apologize, but I'm not turning it off because I don't want to melt. I don't want to melt today, so we're gonna have the AC on. Hello, Brittany. Hello, how's the fam doing? Hellos all the way around. What time is it for you? 10:50 in the morning. What was the rabbit hole? So I'll show y'all. So we can do this. This is going to be a little behind the scenes here of before I got to work on the foliage of the place that we're building. I made a backup of the world. So this is going into a backup, and this is a creative copy of the world because I wanted to test things now that I did all the work, and I hate the leaves. And then I realized something. So this is kind of the plan for like the foliage of everything that I want to do along the place. That's a little behind the scenes of me just doing a little test plot in there.
Hey, for real. A mocha donut and a fWhip stream.
But
loving life.
Ooh, Vilma, enjoy. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the donut. I do appreciate that. But yeah, we'll do some azalea leaves in there because I wanted that green color. And then I was like, wait, I swear deserts aren't that brown. And I thought mesas and deserts had the same color. And then I came over here. And you can see this, if we make it a little bit wider and maybe a straight line, it'll be a little bit easier to kind of see how much darker the leaf texture is inside the mesa. Let me move it. Where can I? There we go. Now y'all can see it. Do you see how much darker that goes? How much more brown that is over on this side compared to the desert? I thought the whole place would be this, and I kind of forgot that mesa biomes were that dark. So I'm on a little bit of a rabbit hole right now where I'm trying to figure out how to change the biome coloring of a mesa. And I was like, great, cool. I know how color maps work. I know that they exist, and I kind of know the rough idea of how to get there and like do all that stuff. That's great. And then I was looking into it more, and Catherine was like, oh, just go look at the website. The Minecraft wiki will tell you where the color map is, because I was asking her for help on it. I was like, what do you think? And she was like, oh, just go modify the color map. And you go there, and there's literally a part that says, what does it say? All Badlands biomes, grass and foliage, have hard-coded colors, which are 2 tan colors these are not modifiable by the grass.png and foliage.png, and they are unaffected by temperature. Meaning, there's no way to modify it unless you use a mod. And so I've been trying to find out how to use a mod to do that and just move forward with all of it and just kind of see where it can go. And I've yet to find a mod that works. There's one for Colormatic, but it's not updated past 1.19, so that's not an option. And I'm trying to find out if there's other options, and I think I need to just start watching some videos on how people do it in Optifine, because then I can translate that into the way that I kind of do things, because it's basically the mods work the same, and I think I can leverage that to make it happen. And I don't need to use Optifine because I don't want to. Yeah, so swamp biomes and badlands, hard-coded colors, not affected by the foliage map. Do azalea leaves not work? Azalea leaves work, but I don't think a palm tree made with azalea leaves would look good. And then I also don't think putting azalea leaves as the only type of leaf in the biome would look good either. So yeah, I'm a little stuck on it. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna tackle that later today. But if anybody in here knows how to do texture pack things and has any ideas, please give me a heads up. I would very much appreciate it. But we got other things that we need to tackle today. We got work to do and stuff and things and blah blah blah. And I got a lot of items in my inventory here. I like the badland foliage. It's nice. It looks nice when it's like up in that setting. That's great. But when it's down here, I want it to be a little bit more green, because I'm trying to make like this lush river basin. If all the leaves are brown and dead looking, it doesn't really hit that mark. So I'm willing to. I already have a texture back in this world for bushy leaves and things, and I think it's gonna be. It's something that I want to do, and I think will make the world look better. And it's also more of my own. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If I can figure it out. If I don't figure it out, it's fine. What do you think about a long flat wall with a big gradient? I think it's gonna be pretty boring. Adding a gradient is not really, I mean, it's a level of detail, but it's not detail, in my opinion. I think I try and do anything larger than like this, even that. Like if that was flat and we didn't have the windows in there, it would, I think it'd be boring. No matter how texturized you make it, it's still gonna be boring. But yeah. I don't know. That's what I've been working on. I've been trying to figure out, and I have not been able to do it quite yet. So first, we gotta plant a field. We're planting a field today. Well, first we're gonna plant a field, and then we're gonna go harvest a bunch of fields because I want to stock up on pitcher pods so I can start using those to decorate the edges of the river here, because I think it'd be cool to have them. Just to incorporate one of the new Minecraft flowers into this, and we get that cool pop of color, and then we got to replant the pitcher pod field with new pitcher pods. And then after that, I wanted to start extending this road down if we have time, and work on a bridge going across here. I think, yeah. So we need a bridge going this way. So like this pathway and road needs to come down through here, and then we'll probably honestly bring it up a block to there and then bridge across. That's the plan today. What leaves are you using for the palm? I wonder what other leaf types look in the Badlands. I've tried every single leaf type. I could show you. I was planning to use oak leaves, but anyways, back into the creative copy where I was testing some things out. If we just go to leaves, we grab oak leaves. That kind of will work. Jungle leaves is another option. Acacia leaves, dark oak leaves, mangrove leaves. Azaleas obviously aren't. Birch wouldn't work for a palm tree. Spruce obviously wouldn't work for a palm tree. And here you have oak leaf, you have jungle leaf, you have acacia leaf, you have dark oak leaf, and you have mangrove leaf. Those are your leaf options in a mesa biome. And if you want to see the others, just for the complete sake of all of it, no, I'm not building a cherry blossom tree. There's that, which looks good. That looks good. Sure. Yeah. Those are all the leaf options you have inside of a mesa. Mangrove would be best for a palm tree? Yeah, there's so much diversity. Yeah, they all just look old. They just look old. The fact that like spruce might actually it's just like a darker green, but it's still like, or it's just like a darker original starting green, but it still looks more green than all those. I find funny. Yeah, look at all those different shades of brown. Yeah, we love it. Savatar, thank you so much for the dono. She's busy doing her own thing. She'll stop by if she's got free time, but I don't need to bug her too much. I bug her enough outside of streams. Okay, so I want to start the field, and it's gonna kind of go. I wanted to have it cut off a little bit here, maybe not all the way down to the base, but we'll do something like that, and we'll work our way along this edge here. And we're gonna cut this terrain back and down a touch so it has a little bit more shape to it, and then we can introduce a bit of our regular sandstone in here too, just to make sure it's all looking good. And I'm thinking the field itself is probably gonna come back about to this point, and I wanted to have a retaining wall so it kind of sits still along that water's edge, and then we'll have a little staircase coming down or something, and it's probably gonna be about this large. I think. We're gonna play it by ear. I hope it works. I think it will. I don't know why it wouldn't work out, but I've got a plan. We're just basically gonna fill the entire thing, make a little walkway going through it, and fill it with sugarcane. That's the rough idea I got for it as of right now. But I think what we can do, and probably should do, is take these. I want to pick up that moss, and we could go along the edge right here so that none of that can grow through. I guess it'll still grow through there, so that's a thing. Let's get this moss and do that. Then that way no grass can grow through here, and I kind of wanted this entire section just to be made out of dirt. I don't really want grass in here. I think it'll look a lot better with just plain ready to go. Can I ask a question? You already did. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, go right ahead. If I answer the question, that's a different story. But I try to, but sometimes people ask weird questions that I don't really want to answer. So depending on the question, you will have an answer or not. Let's do this, and then at the end here, we can just kind of do a little sandstone wall action. And before we go too far, I should probably bring all this up so that we can, you know, stop that grass from growing in. That would be a little helpful. I don't know if the grass can grow diagonally down like that, but we'll say that it can, and just try and be a little bit more careful with it.
Pleased to meet you.
Birch is bad. Birch is great. Don't hate on birchwood. Only bad builders can't build with birchwood. I said it. I said what I said. How many days are you at? We're at 4,563 right now. Okay, that's a lot of stuff down in here. That's a good base for us. And that's okay to be a little bit more on the grassy side over here. And then I think we can do like a little wall action almost there to kind of separate it a touch more. You'll make Jem so happy with that statement. She loves birch. I mean, it's a good block. There's no... I don't blame her. Okay. I really should have brought a shulker box with me and throw some junk into. We got an empty one right here. Perfect. And then I was thinking I should probably go get a little coarse dirt. I should have some. I actually don't have any over there. Never mind. Love me a good retaining wall. Gotta retain some things behind a wall every once in a while, you know. Okay, so we got that little sand patch. I kind of love it, so I don't really want to mess with it. And then right over in here, we're gonna bring out a little bit of a coarse dirt, so I can kind of stretch out this way. And then I was thinking along the back about using some oak fences, and then on top of those oak fences, we're just gonna bring in a few bits of acacia slab coming down, and then the acacia slab is going to be where we have our pathway, and that's going to be sitting actually a little bit higher and kind of going up and down a touch when we need to get some posts in. So I was thinking a post there, and we can also have a post out here for something like this going all the way back. That can pop up again. Just the lower section is so that I can literally walk over and jump on top. And then we have the space for our field coming around it. Maybe we don't do that at the end. Maybe we honestly raise this up again. And it can like, maybe, trapdoors? Trapdoors could be a good call. We could smooth this out a little bit more with some trapdoors. Let's do that. So I can do this. We don't need these stupid seeds. And we can make ourselves a ton of acacia trapdoors. And all of these raised sections can just become trapdoors. And trapdoors and trapdoors and trapdoors. Yeah, because then we can kind of see through it too, and it'll show a little bit more what's going on. I like that. That will work. What is worse, dying on stream or off stream? I think dying on stream is worse. I think for me, because then that makes it harder to build into a video. I also don't know if I don't think I've done it in the past where I've been like, oh my god, the worst death ever, I died in the hardcore world, it's over, and done that for like titles and things. I don't think I'll do that this time. I think I'm just gonna like casually let it in. Like if it happens, we're just gonna send it. It's just gonna be there in a video, and the video is gonna end. The video might be I attempted building blah blah blah. Okay, there's our outside retaining wall done. That's looking pretty good. Or it might just be I survived 4,000 blah 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 days in hardcore Minecraft. That could be funny. Oh no, the grass. Not the grass. No, stop. Stop it. Let's throw a core straight in the corners, because I think this will keep happening, unfortunately, because grass can grow diagonally, and it can grow diagonally by a few blocks, like up and down. I'd be so gutted losing all that progress in the world. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But yeah, I've been chatting with some friends recently and just kind of like reliving about what I've done in this world so far. I'm like, this is pretty cool. This is like what we've been able to accomplish is pretty dang cool. But my friends, if you've not already, we got almost 1,700 people in here. We don't even have 600 likes. There's over 1,000 people in the stream right now that have not clicked the like button. So if you could do that for me, I very much do appreciate it. It's free to do, and it helps me out so much more than you know. If we can get those likes up into the thousands, that would be amazing. There goes 100. I just saw 100 people just clicked it. I believe it can happen. Also, cute little rainbow. Thank you so much for the 18 months. I'm so sorry I missed that one. Wow, such a long time being a member. Hey, I really appreciate all the support. Thank you for being here. What are we building right now? We're building a little sugarcane field. So what I'm thinking, well, not what I'm thinking, but if we count this as our first point here, I'm trying to make this as thick as possible. So if we just start putting our ice in, we can actually start creating these patterns where if you do this and you step over and then you go back,
Cha-ching!
we can do this, and we can do this. You basically just kind of keep alternating, and you'll see when it all comes together here at the end. I'm kind of hoping that we're close enough to like a warm biome where this melts. Wow, who all just, what the heck is going on there? Cute little rainbow with the 5 gift members. And Brian, thank you so much for becoming a member, my dude. I really appreciate that, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're gonna hide a few cheeky ones in underneath here, but that one we're just gonna have to break, turn it into some water, and then that can go. This one's gonna be a little cheeky guy hidden back in here. We're using ice so that I can basically we just do bam, 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 and just kind of break it all. And then we have our water sources in. And it's like carrying a ton of buckets, but I don't have any buckets. And it's great. Where do I live? Right now I'm at the coordinates negative 1067, 131. So I probably live somewhere around here right now. I don't know. I don't really have a house in this world. I just kind of vibe and coexist and like move wherever I want to go. But that's fine. This one here, we're gonna do that. Go down, fence, inside. This one, we're gonna go in here. Use your pickaxe. My pickaxe has silk touch on it, homie. It wouldn't work. Backseat gaming and being wrong. Imagine that. I messed up this count somewhere. Yeah, it's because you're supposed to be there. Can we do this? Why is this song so quiet? We're going new vibes. Well, we can't put one back there.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for backseat gaming and being wrong. I apologize. Sure you did. I didn't need the one there at all. That's fine. With all these in place, we could put mangrove roots inside here. I don't think I'm going to. Actually, maybe we will. We could put mangrove roots inside and then we can make it look a little bit nicer. So we'll go get some after we do this. Because the reason for the mangrove roots is that we could do that and we could do some carpets on top, or maybe it'll just, honestly, just mangrove roots every once in a while and have them sticking up a block. That could be kind of good. Technically, this whole space in here will be able to spawn mobs, but I don't really care too much. Yeah, we're gonna mangrove root this for sure, because my plan was to make this as like my actual sugarcane field. If I need like a quick little bit of the stuff while I'm over here, we can just come over and gather it. What's your favorite Pokemon? As a kid, I always really liked Rapidash. I always really liked Rapidash. Is that the evolution one? Yeah, it's Ponyta and then Rapidash. I'm not a huge Pokemon nerd or fan or anything like that, though, I will say. So I don't know too many of them, but I do remember always being like, Rapidash is really cool. And also, I just remember being so difficult to get, especially in the originals, because the only way to get a Ponyta was inside the
Pleased to meet you.
Whatchamacallit. Didn't you have to get for the Safari? Was it Safari? I think so. Had to go in there to get one. Curious Mothling, thank you so much for the 11 months. I really do appreciate that. fWhip stream and mac and cheese. Surely no better way to spend a Friday. Though Baldur's Gate is a close third. Yeah, I was watching Scott play Baldur's Gate yesterday because he was like, you should get it. And I was like, can I just watch you, like, just chill and watch you play it for a little while and then decide if I want to get it or not? Because that, I'm still undecided. It seems cool. Sorry, I have like something on my thing is just not disappearing right now. What is causing the bar at the bottom of my... there we go. Okay, nailed it. Please stop asking where I live, RL. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Kina, thanks so much for the donut. Love your video so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Playing a survival island seed by myself, having a blast while watching. Hey, that's awesome. Hopefully the blast is only figurative. Oh, we didn't even use a full stack of glass, so we can just... we'll bring 2, just in case. Just in case. Wrong way. Back at the city! Morning there. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. What's your IP address? Asking for a friend. Oh, yeah, actually, I can just give you, yeah, the full MAC address, too, if you'd like. Almost at 1K likes. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we getting there? Oh my gosh, we are. We're 3 away. Look at that. I'm telling you, we get to 1,000 likes and then suddenly there's another 500 people in the stream. It's like y'all don't want me to be successful. I get it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to guilt trip you into it at all. We did it. Poggers. Poggers. GG's in the chat. GG's in the chat. Okay, so mangrove roots we're just gonna throw down here so it's easier to walk around as we're moving, and then it'll get rid of a lot of that blue from a distance, which is probably good. GG's, GG's, so many GG's. Then we're also gonna do a little like bramble along the edge. I think it could look kind of nice. I want to use mangrove roots more. I feel like I don't use them at all. It's like a goal in this biome for me, like this whole place that we're doing, to just use them as if they're like just some old dried up root something or another. But now if we do this, I should be able to, one second, if we did the water correctly throughout here, I should be able to fill in every single water tile, non-water tile inside of here with a piece of sugarcane. Even the ones underneath our walkway, there can just be like some short ones that can't grow. Look at this. This is the most perfect grid pattern you can use for maximum sugarcane output. Don't be making those stupid straight lines of water. You gotta do this little staggered pattern. And it's all gonna grow. All gonna grow. And we're just gonna let this grow all the way up to the top. But look at that. Bam. Right there. Whole sugarcane field. Done. What's the palm tree mean by your name? It means you're a member. See, you got the green name too. You can do a little around here, maybe some like seeped out or something. I don't know. Mangrove roots are so cool.
Pleased to meet you.
Why do they get to connect to walls and fences? They're so cool. Ruined Bunny, thank you so much for the 10 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Bam, we did it. Sugarcane field done. Reminds me of building with fWhip. Yeah, that's where I found that pattern. It works great. Nope. We're just gonna throw all this in there for now. Mangrove roots are poggers. They're like a secret pog. They're like a stealth poggers. Like you never expect the mangrove roots, but you know, sometimes the Spanish Inquisition happens. Actually, I should get more rockets. Speaking of more rockets, we should craft more rockets. Let's go do that. We're gonna do a little bit of, nope. I have a box in here. I can put that there. Okay. I've never seen a sugarcane field like that. It looks really cool. Yeah, what you can do after too is once they all grow up, because we have like this little route down here, you can see some are going to grow and it looks really good, but it does look a little blocky if it's fully grown. So if you really want to go the full decorative route, you can break a few of them and put string on so they stay at 1 tall or 2 tall, and just do that like throughout, so you don't have that harsh line of top of sugarcane throughout the whole thing. So you can use moss carpet to hide the water. If I do that, it's going to be so green in there that I think it'll look worse. I actually kind of like the little bit of the brown bit in there. It does look a little gritty though. So let's go get a little, we'll do some with the moss carpets. What's your plans after the dessert project? Haven't even started the dessert project, but right now in the desert project, I got a lot of things that I want to be doing out here. We got to finish like this whole biome, or this whole strip, the green strip there, on all the different sides. Last night I came through and finished the entire back as well, so that's, everything's done. All of the red sand that we pulled out is now been placed back. So it looks really good. I absolutely love it, and it looks really, really cool. The only thing that's bugging me right now is that biome coloring. I'm just gonna rock with it as is and see what happens and see where it goes. Because I was expecting to have a little bit more like that green on the tree, but we're getting that green, so it's not quite as good. It's okay though. We'll figure it out. Perfect. This'll work. Because that leaves a few in there. And we can maybe do that one too. I just don't want any of the grids to be appearing. So maybe this guy back here we can cover. Yeah, that'll be good. Once it all grows and fills in, you won't even be able to see it. Skyblock's backburnered for now. I don't know when or if it's coming back. It's one where it's been so long since I was last doing it that I'm just like, eh. You use azalea leaves in the desert and it won't look dead. Yeah, I know we can use azalea leaves, but azalea leaves are like too green. They're too vibrant. For like what I'm envisioning the palm trees to look like, it's too much. So that's why I haven't pulled the trigger on those. Marcel, thank you so much for the 7 months. Happy Friday. So excited. Just got accepted as a PhD student. Woo, congratulations. Here's to late nights for the next 3 years. Yeah, here's to being sleep deprived for 3 years. Well, you get super smart. Oh, congrats. Honestly, that's really cool. Good luck. I hope you have so much fun with it. And congratulations again. That's awesome. You can use birch too. Yeah, birch is my plan is along the riverbed to have birch and azalea, and then I really wanted an ochre jungle up for like the trees themselves. But who knows? We're gonna take these, make some paper, and then we need to go craft rockets. What's your favorite edition of the 120 update? Honestly, Sniffers. The flowers that they brought, they're so cool. Oh, look at that fog out here. Oh, that looks really good. How's it look on the tree? It's gonna hit the tree in a second. This is something I'm a little concerned about. Ooh, it looks good on the city. Okay, I like that. The tree like slowly fading. Once you're down here, it looks really far away. Oh, that's fun. Sorry, last stream I think we found a new fog setting, so we've been messing around with that. Yep. I'm missing a box. What box was there? Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy until I find it. Lost a shulker box, everybody. It's a sad day. Okay, that'll fill us up for a while. Perfect. I guess I could have done 2 more stacks. That's okay. That's fine. For how long will you be streaming? Forever and ever and ever and ever, and probably another hour and a half. We usually do about 2-hour streams. We've been going for 35 minutes, 37 minutes. Ugh. What are we doing today? Well, we just planted a little field. Now we need to come over here and harvest this field and replant this field. It's a little bit of like behind the scenes grind time today. So should be pretty good. But yeah. Next I want to just like take some time and chop this thing out of here. I want to gather up all the pitcher pods so we can use them as flowers in the world. And then we're gonna have to come back and replant this all, which is gonna be a little bit of a pain because I think it's a pretty big field. Especially because I did the lines on it, so we're gonna have to mimic those lines again. But double field time, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how many we get. I remember when I built this thing, I was like, God, that field took forever to plant. So hopefully it doesn't take forever. to harvest. And yes, I know we could put string on top of them and keep them tiny, but I don't want that. All right, I need the hoe. Okay, perfect. And perfect. Alrighty. Did you get the dragons I made for your team and Empire Season 1 or give them to Scott at VidCon last year? Did I get anything? No, I never got anything. I also haven't seen Scott since in person since the wedding, so I wouldn't be there to receive anything. But that's cool though. That's awesome. Hopefully we'll get to be able to jump out there and see them next year at some point. It would be really fun. You should duplicate the dragon egg so you can use it as decoration. Honestly, I've thought about it, but the color of the dragon egg is so difficult to use, and I also really like the idea of the dragon egg being special. I don't like the idea of duping dragon eggs. There's nothing that, like, other than just being able to say right now, which is kind of a trending thing, is be like, haha, look how many dragon eggs I have. But, like, what do you do with them? You just hold on to them. Or you prank your friends, apparently. But they don't have a use. It doesn't have a use. I shouldn't say they. There's only supposed to be one of them. But yeah, like, I don't know. Dragon eggs are fun to work with. They're cool. Like, they look good. But I don't think I need them. There's nothing that I would really gain out of it, and I really won't use it in too many places because it's an entity, so it unloads from a certain distance. And I'd rather keep it special of having one, and I actually really want to move the one that I do have. In building with fWhip, we actually got 2 of them, and that was a glitch a long time ago where my end got reset in building with fWhip, and then we had to killed the dragon again after a certain number of updates, and the egg just randomly spawned. So we ended up having 2 of them there, and that was kind of fun. So if that ever happens in this world, I want to make that be like a, oh, you never did grow. Okay, you can stay back there. But I want to make that be like a special moment of like something fun like that. I don't want to just be like, oh, cool, I got another dragon egg. Let's throw it with the shulker box of other dragon eggs I have. I also don't dupe anything outside of TNT. If people want to dupe stuff, that's fine. Save all the time you want. That's your Minecraft world. That's totally fine. But for me and my series, I don't need to save that time. It's my full-time job to play in this world, so I can spend the time grinding because I think it makes better video content than saying, and I sat at my sand duper for 30 minutes and now I have 50,000 blocks of sand. I'm like, oh, okay. Sure, it might take me an hour or 2 to mine all the sand, but I feel like it makes a better video. People can play however they want. That's pretty good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 short. Did I miss any? We were 1 short of having everything we could want. How do you duplicate the dragon egg? There's a way to duplicate any entity. Any block that turns into an entity while it's falling, there's a way to duplicate using the end stronghold. Actually, any end portal you can use to duplicate items. So, how do you like to grind when not streaming? I mean, basically, I play Minecraft the same way if I'm live or I'm not live. The only difference is I probably have some TV show on in the background. Okay, we got to replant this field in here real quick, and then we can move on. I'm really glad we built the Sniffer farm because that makes these accessible to actually use inside this world, and that is so fun. I think they're so cool. especially when they're big like this. You can't trample them, so it's kind of fun. What's your favorite build so far? I really think the end tree. I was looking at that recently, and I was actually talking to Joel this morning about hardcore stuff. And I was like, yeah, the projects that have been the most grind and like the most just like in the process of being like, God, that thing took forever. Or man, I want this to be done. But like, oh, the end result is going to be so good, are really the projects that I've realized that I just love. I mean, the tree, we still got to fix it. It still needs to be fixed. And then I think after that is fixed, it's going to be one of my favorite things in this world for sure. But as far as like completed projects, I really like the end. What we've done in the end for the like the hub there and everything. Oh, I really would love to get back there and actually see it some more and have a reason to work in that area and do things out there. I think it'd be really, really fun. So that might be something. I think post desert vacation is what I'm calling this. We're visiting New Papyrus, and we have to build New Papyrus in the time. But I think after that is either going to be working in the end for an episode or two and just really just making that place beautiful. I've got this whole idea for, it might not work though. I need to do some testing and just like see how it'll go, because colored glass is weird in fabric and just sometimes it doesn't work very well. But I really want to make like a really cool colored glass like nebula of sorts underneath it, and have it be like almost like an orb underneath the tree, and then have like glass like flowing out from it and like rippling off into the distance. Granted, that's going to be like 200,000 glass, I'm assuming, and various colors of all of it. That'll definitely be a Litematica planning beforehand. Otherwise, I'll never be able to get it right in the any decent time frame. We'd be working on it till the end of the year. But I think something like that could be really fun. So I kind of want to start, I don't know. I feel like I want to plan that stuff and like do it on stream and like work through it, but I'm also like, I don't know. I think that would be a little weird. I don't like doing on-stream planning if I'm like in the world or anything, because sometimes I do make a creative copy and I'm like, the only way this is going to make sense in my brain for how I want to do this thing is I have to see this in the world where I'm working on it instead of a super flat world. And so sometimes I do make a creative copy of this world just to test something, make sure it works for a build. I never do it to test out or a backup to see like, well, in case I die, I can reset to here. I will never do that. That is cheating. But as far as like making sure a build looks good, yeah, sometimes I'll make a copy of this and see. Or I'll use one of the backups that I no longer need anymore because they're old enough. I usually save one backup, maybe two. Like 2 past backups just in case something gets corrupted and I need to go back. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Option to use Litematica. I use Litematica for most builds that I do because it helps me create better content. It's this simply put as that. Like, and the reason why I don't show it is because people get weird about it. I don't care about hiding it, but sometimes YouTube viewers are annoyed. Every build I build in this world, everything I do, I've designed myself. I don't copy any builds unless it's a boat that Blocky made, and I get permission if I'm using that because I can't build boats, and Blocky builds great boats, so I use Blocky's boats. Blocky's one of the moderators. And so I'll do that sometimes. I like the last boat we made was my own. That one looked pretty good. But yeah, so sometimes I for the bigger buildings things like this little guy right here, I did that by hand. That was by hand. This thing was Litematica. All of that out there was by hand. The inn was probably Litematica. Yeah, that was Litematica. That thing up there, the way that I used to do it before I found Litematica was basically I built it in a creative world. I did all that. I got it looking great. And then I'd basically take a screenshot of every side of the picture and I would stare at my side monitor with the 4 screenshots of every single side of the build and look at that and try and be like, okay, how did I build the blocks there? And Litematica just makes it easier to do that. And then I can also know how many resources I need to gather and whatnot. And it makes content faster, which means you guys get more episodes, or you all get more episodes. And it makes it just easier to follow. And then basically what I do is when I'm recording and when I'm building the thing, I'm writing down notes of what I'm thinking while I'm going through the building process. And then when I'm recording and like showing you all what I'm making, because I'm still talking about it, being like, oh, what if we try this over here? That is literally verbatim what I was talking to myself, like inner dialogue when I was designing the thing. Like all of that is genuine of when I was designing the thing and checking it out and making sure it was something that I liked. It's all the thoughts that I had. And so it's kind of a way to organize the thoughts, make it sound a little bit better, and still kind of have that natural side to it. So that's what I do. I think it works well. I'm not planning to change anything. But yeah, I know there's some people who get a little iffy about it. So I just don't show it in game or anything like that. But I'm not hiding it. Like, I'm more than happy to. Oh my gosh, we have so many pitcher pods. That's gonna be nice though. That's gonna be a lot of pitcher pods to work with. You ever try to build your version of the Black Pearl big ship from Pirates of the Caribbean? Probably not. I don't know. I don't like to recreate real things. I like to create my own version of things, because the second I'm recreating a real thing, it gives people so much more grounds to say that's not right. And that's annoying. So I will always make my own version of things. Okay, we got our pitcher pods. Sweet. 100 hardcore days 2-player with your wife. Yeah, she does not play video games, so she's not a gamer. I don't think that would last very well. But it's okay. It's a shame people get iffy about it. I personally love and respect the transparency, whether it's a video stream. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where people are just going to be stupid. There's always going to be some little gross corner of the internet that's going to be people who are like, well, we're doing it the legit way. No Litematica, no pre-planning, blah, blah, blah. This is the legit way to play hardcore Minecraft. No mods, meh, 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 meh. And then they're playing with shaders and a custom texture pack and blah, 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 blah. And then they're doing this thing over there. And then they have all these integrations where their Twitch streamer chats can affect the game that they're playing and blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, this other side is wrong. But what they're doing is okay. It's just stupid. There's a few larger audiences that are out there that love to hate on people using Litematica and things. And it's mostly just their audience regurgitating what the other streamer is saying or whoever. So we don't need to name names here. Don't get into that. But all I can say is that one, don't let anybody on the internet formulate your thoughts for you. That's it. Two, I don't know. How do you personally feel about it? Would it affect if one of your friends was doing it that you play with on a Minecraft realm? If you have friends, not all of us have friends, you know, sometimes we're a little lonely. It's okay. But like, would you be upset if one of your friends was using Litematica and you weren't? But also, like, would you use it, or do you just like not want to learn how to use it? Like, I think that's a big difference where it all goes. Because a lot of people are just like, wow, that's modded, I don't want to bother. And then it's like, okay, that's fine. If you have friends, yeah, I mean. But Litematica is really accessible. If you want to, like, if you're somebody who gets annoyed with your builds in survival Minecraft, and you're like, but I can do such a better job in creative, then design them in creative and bring them over into the game. That's the way to do it. Like, it's super easy. Yeah, there is no right or wrong way to play Minecraft. You're exactly right,
Nice
Belle.
to meet you.
Thanks so much for the 4 months. Also, Dread Perry, thanks so much for the 15 months. I do appreciate that. Love the start of your desert area. Been building in the desert since 1.20 dropped. And excited to get some inspo for it. Yeah. I feel called out. I think I would only be mad if my friend says she made it when she didn't. So you would be mad if your friend copied a build from somebody else and then built it in there? Or is it that you would be mad because they use Litematica to bring it into the world? And if so, can you tell me, is there any difference in building something in a creative world, your super flat world, building something over there in creative mode, taking a screenshot of every single side of it, and then rebuilding it in your main world? Is there any difference to that? Like what is the difference between pre-planning something in creative, because so many people do that. That is a really easy way to make better builds. And they do that and they take screenshots and then they build it in game. Is there any difference between that and Litematica? If anything, it's Litematica makes it faster and tells you how many resources you actually need. There's one that's less of a headache to recreate. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's fun touring and just vibing with fWhip and other sports. Yeah, yesterday was so fun. The only difference is Litematica is easier and faster.
Thank
yeah,
you
exactly.
kindly.
And people are
Well,
mad
this
that you're
worked out
saving
well
time.
that you're streaming while I'm on my lunch break. How are you doing today?
Hey, Alex, thanks so much for the dono. I'm doing well today. Hope the work day's going well over there for you too. I'm doing good. It's been a slow start to the morning. I could not get moving, so I was like 30 minutes late getting into the gym, which was a bit of a bummer. But that's fine. I did it. I ended up getting there. I'm so out of resources now, as I'm like opening shulkers full of things.
Pleased to meet you.
Yesterday was fun tour, but was dead after. Dude, Anima, I was exhausted. I'm gonna go repair my Lytra real quick before I forgot. I only started using Litematica and it's amazing. Can't believe people don't use it now. It's really helpful. It is very helpful. I love that you can here, let's do this. Let me pull out my handy dandy Litematica stick. I always keep this. This is my Litematica stick. It's been here forever. It's been the same stick for about it's probably been like 9 months. I've used this same stick. But imagine you just come in here and you're like, let's go with, I don't know, what can we pick? What's a good one? The Empire's SMP salmon mech. And we're just like, you know what? I want this guy here. Look at that. They didn't build it for me. I built this myself. I designed it. It's great. It's in there. And then I can just hit that and I can see exactly how many of each material I need to make the thing. That's Litematica. And I'm like, maybe I don't want it over there. Or maybe what if I don't want it facing that way? Let me see. Let's go into here and we can just rotate it. Maybe I want it facing down the valley. Like it's walking down that way up the valley. And I can see yeah, it looks pretty cool out there. I'm like, ooh, wait. Do I really want him there? Maybe I move him up a little bit more so he's more stationed in the desert. And the ability to slide things around and test it, you can get such a better result. A lot of the people I think that complain about Litematica are also people who complain that their builds don't look good. And this extra little 2 minutes here, just positioning the build in the world where you want it, that's great. That is so helpful for becoming a better builder. Yeah, I just want to see some of the schematics in here. There's some good ones. What do we have? Oh, I've been meaning to bring this back into the world somewhere. The hardcore season 2 wolf statue. We built this in the giant villager hall in hardcore season 2. I kind of want to redesign it and introduce it in the world somehow. I would love that. I loved this guy. It was a good one. It's like a orange and brown and the granite jungle, I think a little spruce, and then birch for the belly. I tried to design it as close as I could after my own dog. Get a red wolf. Can you recommend a creator that explains that for dummies? Litematica. Go to the Litematica page on CurseForge or Modrinth, and there is a video tutorial link there embedded into the page. You don't even need to leave it. It's 15 minutes long. It'll teach you everything you need to know. It'll teach you how to add things. It'll teach you how to save them. It'll teach you how to move them around in the world. All of that stuff. It's super simple. It'll even tell you a few helpful hotkeys you can change if you want things to be a little bit better. Okay, I don't like the... I don't like Nether fog. Where's the fog in here? Render. Nether fog. We're gonna bring you out. Maybe do a little tiny bit of Nether fog. Just so it kind of blurs the edge. Yeah, that'll work. Little tiny bit of Nether fog. Okay, down we go. Boop. Would you ever consider doing house or castle build tutorials? I'm not a tutorial channel anymore. I've had that phase. I don't think it's for me anymore. It's really difficult to grow on YouTube off tutorials, and they're really annoying to make. You have to buy Litematica? No, it's free. Making a good tutorial is so time consuming, and unless your channel does well on tutorials, they will actually hurt your channel. If I started uploading a tutorial, like here's how to build a medieval house on my main channel here, it would actually hurt my channel. I could do it on the second channel, but then it's also like, if I'm doing that, spending 3-4 hours on how to design and build a house, like we did the stream last week, we'll do some more of those, but I probably will never do like actual tutorial videos, like standalone ones. We'll do some streams every once in a while where we kind of check it out, but that'd be about it. Okay, so I really want to test this. Can I break this? I was really scared there for a second. I know this is a big sidetrack, like a big sidetrack off what we're doing, but I've been wanting to remove this island for so long. Nailed it. I've been really just this random floating island. It connected all the way across there, and I sorry chat. I think it's a distraction day. We're gonna be distracted today. The plan after this was literally go gather greenery things that we can use to detail along the river's edge. You ever consider building a western town? It's not my ideal type of architecture that I like. I just find it, I find western towns to be a little plain in their style, and I like to have a little bit more freedom. So I don't think a direct western town, but maybe something like a steampunky western or something down the way. But also I like my medieval fantasy world, and I don't think it really fits in this hardcore series, but maybe it fits in another series down the way. Who knows? I think the closest to Western I would come is kind of what I've done on New Life so far. Is it's kind of that industrial era with trains and things. It's really not in a desert at all. But like that's about as close as I'll get currently. But who knows? Things could change. So removing this will actually make the perimeter a little safer, because I've definitely seen some gas spawn on here when I've been flying in and they followed me before they despawn. So this will actually make things a little bit better. It's a side quest, exactly. Thank you, Singularity. I appreciate that. Digging out another perimeter like yours, but I already have my farm built. How far should I space the TNT? I can't use the dupers. Oh, if you're trying to do, like, if you're trying to do TNT columns all the way up and down, Netherrack, you can space it 2 to 3 apart. If you're doing, so it'll at least light each other. If you're going through basalt, you have to do every other block. So good luck. Basalt is faster to mine by hand than it is to use TNT. Beacon mining in Basalt Delta will be faster to remove it all than using TNT to blow it up. The TNT can look cool, but it'll take longer. And then if you're trying to just avoid blowing that up, and that's why you can't use dupers, you can always box it in with obsidian. Make sure you cover the corners too, so you don't like leave a, like you don't want to leave like a this as your corner. And say farms in here, if TNT can explode through those corners. That goes for anything you're trying to protect from TNT. Make sure it's a full solid box. 95% luckily, I'll space 3 then. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. If you're building this big of a perimeter by hand digging, oh, I'm sorry. If you're allowed to use duping, or if it's like a personal thing where you don't, I totally understand. But I think Linksy is the only person I know who's dug that I know well enough that has dug a nether perimeter by hand. I think that dude spent nearly a month digging, but most of his was Basalt Delta, so there's always that. Steadifier, thanks so much for the gift membership. I do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I missed it. Whimzella, thank you so much for the 1 year at tier 2. 1 year has come and gone. A new tree stage adorned my name. Thank you, Foot, for giving light to the dark days and chill vibes for all the days in between. Hey, thank you so much for being a part of the community. It's been wonderful to have you, and enjoy the brand new tree. I don't even care about these materials. I kind of care about the soul soil, soul sand, but I have so much at home that we're not going to bother. also don't have any empty shulkers, so we're just gonna take what's in the inventory currently. We'll throw the netherrack out because I will never need more netherrack. Really need to get myself this mod, Litematica. Oh, dude, it's so nice. There's a mod for everything. There really is. We have soul sand and soul oil at home. We don't need any more. And we're having a good side quest here, so it's fun, right? Fun and invigorating content. Since I have started mining this, we have lost 200 viewers, though, so, you know, I get it. It's fine. Not everybody enjoys a good brewer. I, myself, am a connoisseur of good brewer moments, so... Or the anti-Litematica Andes. They all left. Trying to find a mod to remove spiders from the game. I think there is one. I honestly think there is one. There's I would be so surprised if there's not an arachnophobia mod in Minecraft that just gets rid of them for you. Love me a good brewer. Also, I don't think it'll happen, but I would love to do some more in this zone. Like, bringing that down into the nether. Something that still is easy to fly in and out and that we don't feel like we have to, like, being dodging and weaving around things, but it would be kind of fun to have a little something. Something more to market than just, like, a hole. But who knows? I really want to expand the top roof. I think expanding the roof that we have up there could be very fun. Like the build we have on the roof, make it taller and more grand, and actual highways connecting to the nether portals instead of just the farms. Because I really don't use the rails at all. Not the rails, the ice boat highway that we made with all the blue ice. Probably should use that. Arthur, thanks so much for the 6 months, halfway to the 1 year tree. Woo, get in there. Ryan, thanks so much for the 18 months at tier 2. If we aren't going to get the wife stream that we aren't just gotta go get another family member learning to play. I know. I fell through on that one. She keeps saying she's down, and I'm like, yeah, but you have to work every time I stream. She has a normal people job, so she has to work during stream hours.
And you've inspired me to build a ruined castle around it.
Hey, Fallen Feathers, thanks so much for the dono. Just finished building an iron farm in the nether on Bedrock Edition. Woo! Inspired to build a ruined castle around it. How'd you make an iron farm in the nether? Do you take villagers to the nether? Ooh.
Pleased to meet you.
No, thank you. That sounds terrifying. Dealing with villagers and dealing with the nether? Ooh. You're a braver individual than I am. I need to follow through on the getting Sid to come play Minecraft. The brown ripples and the so-so give me chocolate ice cream vibes. A little bit, yeah. Nope. I saw you. Stupid jellyfish. Stupid jellyfish. Well, we're like a good chunk of the way through it. We got like 4 or 5 more layers. That's not terrible. We can do it. Thought that gas was in my game, made me jump. Dude, I feel like you're doing any nether project that's like open nether. Anytime you hear a ghast, you're like, it's go time. Who do I have to murder? Like, where's this shot coming from? I'm ready. He was helping destroy the island. He's a little slow, though. If we could shoot more fireballs much more quickly, then we could maybe talk.
Pleased to meet you.
Dubs, thanks so much for coming to support her. I really appreciate
Pleased
that.
to meet you.
And Setnator, thanks so much for coming to tier 1 member. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you. 2 of them coming at the same time. Almost missed the first. Excuse me. What are you building? Right now we're just drawing. This has been here for like a year. Well, it's been here the entire time the series has. This is actually where my first Nether portal spawned in. The first time we came into the Nether was right on this island. I don't have fire resist on me right now, but we do have a totem. It would be smarter to have fire resist, but if a totem pops, you do get fire resist for like 30 seconds, and with an elytra, you should definitely be able to get out of the fire. And also, I have a stack of pork chops, so chance of death is pretty low. You ever invite your friends to this world? What do they think? I've had Gem and Sausage on here a long time ago. That's pretty much been it. I think those are the only 2 that have been on. I don't know. I think they were like, oh, that's cool. See where you spend all your time. Like, yeah. I also don't want to bring anybody on this world, like in the official copy. If I'm ever bringing somebody on, it's a backup. It will always be a backup because this is my single player world. I don't want anybody in here building anything. Now, like a fun like challenge or something that they could give me, sure, I can spin that and do my own thing with it. But everything in the world I want to be creating. I want to be the only one affecting the blocks and the mobs and everything in this world. This is my single player hardcore world. I don't want anybody else to mess with it. Gem did approve of the birch forest. It's true. Beatrice, thanks so much for coming to support her. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When are you gonna invite some friends to this world? Never. I love them. They're all great people, but no. This is mine. They can make their own hardcore worlds. Half of them already have. So they don't need me. They don't need to be on this one. They got their own. How do you stay devoted to your worlds? I keep picking projects that I want to do, and like I've talked about it a few times now. Like I started getting a little burnt out on the projects I was doing. They just felt like the scale kept getting bigger and bigger. And so that's why I went out to the desert. Granted, the next video I'm working on is stupidly large, but it's something new and fresh and something I've never done before. I mean, I've done desert builds before, but the way that we're going about it this time and all that, I've never done this. I don't think anybody's done what I'm working on in this next video, because apparently I'm only stupid enough to do it. But yeah, I think it's a... I just, you got to figure out when to take breaks, and taking a break doesn't have to be quitting the game. But if you need to quit the game and not play for a little while, that's totally fine. But taking a break, maybe you're just burned on your current project. Because if you're like, man, I'm done in this world, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do. And then you start a new world, you're just going to end up in the same space again. But maybe, because you're probably just wanting new projects, and then you're like, well, the original grind is done and blah, blah, blah. I don't really know what goals to set anymore. Moving around in the same world, like committing to, I'm going to play in the same Minecraft world for 6 months. And then at the end of the 6 months being like, do I still like this one? I don't know. Maybe then you can restart. Because say you only last like a month or 2 in the world, every single time that you're doing it. He's just like, look at him. Oh, I missed. Haha. But I think it's one where it's, you just got to figure out what's making you not want to play in the Minecraft world, and then figure out how you can kind of resolve that. Maybe you don't have to fix it. Like that's okay. Maybe it's the project you're doing and you can leave it unfinished. That's totally fine. Or maybe you're just like working on the project. You're like, I can't figure out the solution for this, blah, blah, blah. Maybe like copy it into a creative world and see if you can find it there and then come back and implement the solution. Save yourself the headache of trying to do it all in survival. Where'd that gas spawn from? They probably spawned like over there somewhere, I'd be guessing. Maybe on top of that thing even. I don't know. Why soil? We're just removing this. This is in the way. It needs to be gone. It needs to not be here any further. Oh, I gotta remind me, after we do this, I gotta show you all my stats now. Oh my gosh, we're getting up there. The shovel usage in the last week. So much. I've had to, I spent over 40 minutes there yesterday repairing tools. One repairing session because I had so many tools that were so just incredibly busted that I had to sit there and repair them all. And then I was like, I need a better experience farm. I think I need to figure out like a good experience farm that you can just kind of sit at. Maybe we'll have to build the golden donut purely to get the experience out of it. So I don't know. I gotta find something though. I need to do an experience farm project. I also don't want to like make a whole video on a golden donut. That's been done so many times. I don't know. We'll see. Are you just clearing out chunks of the nether? Yeah, so this is right next to the perimeter, right there. And then my way to the roof is right there. And unfortunately, most times when I come down here, there's a gas that spawns on this island, and it's the only island floating at the edge of it. And then they follow me into the perimeter, and I have to kill them before I can safely be at the farm because they could shoot at me from a distance. So if we do this and we just get rid of the place that they're spawning, we just don't really have to do it. Also, it's been really bothering me because I've been wanting to remove it since I noticed it, and it's been like 6 months, and I was just like, every time I fly by, like, I really should come through and remove that. And I thought that today. I'll be honest, I didn't have the most planned stream today. So it's a welcome distraction to give me something I could do. Your raid farm? I have one. We have the ENX04 raid farm in this world. That stacking one that's just absurd. But the problem is that it's hard to like manage your tools because you have to be swiping your sword at an interval. So if you're trying to manage and you're not doing it, there's a really decently high chance of death if you're not using the farm correctly because Vexes are going to spawn. You have to kill them at a certain point before they can spawn. Otherwise, you're in big trouble. Are we at the bottom layer? We are. Uh-huh. So I have that. I think either the golden donut can work, or maybe we have to do like another guardian farm as purely an XP one. I have the Enderman farm. That's probably honestly faster than the Wither Skelly farm, but I just always forget to go out to the end. It's so much farther. The extra 2 portals, I'm like, nah, fam. Like, you can't make me. Also, I finally gotten used to soul speed now, and I'm like, I love this. I used to hate soul speed. Now I'm like, this is fun. We go boom. We go so fast. I think I have what? Soul speed? Oh, I have 3. Okay. I know Swift Sneak. I think Swift Sneak I still have only 2. And I like it. I don't want Swift Sneak 3. I feel like I'm sliding. And it's harder for me to place the block, so I like having 2, so it's a little bit chiller. 3, I think, is too quick. Maybe I'm bad at the game. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We're mining the Nether purely to get rid of this. Oh, hello, Edge. You'll see why. You'll see why. Just wait for like the grand reveal. Look at how much more open that is. That was there. That entire island filled that entire space. And now we just have this clear flight in. Look how much better that is. I'm just saying, sometimes distraction projects, you just gotta do them and they'll make your world look a little bit better. Look at that. Oh, that's been needing to happen. Come on, come on. This is the longest I've survived in a hardcore world, yeah. Season 1 lasted a little over 1,000 days. Season 2 lasted a little over 2,000 days. And then this is season 3, and we're at 4,568. And only one side quest complete. Objectives get. To send thanks, there's a little $sign below the chat. Please do not feel pressured to at all. I do appreciate it, but no worries. Oh my gosh, we broke 1,100 members. What the heck was that? Oh no, we did that at the end of last stream. Oh my gosh, we're still above it? What? I almost don't have Nether anymore. Well, actually, if we turn on regular Nether fog, you can't see the edge. Like, if we turn on Nether fog like it's supposed to be normally, I think it starts at like 8 chunks. Yeah, this is it. Look. This is... Honestly, I think that's a little too far, too. But yeah. If we're in legit Minecraft, this is what you'd be seeing if you're in here. I mean, we're in legit Minecraft, but Nether fog be gross, so we get rid of it. Hello, Piggy's still alive. I still see Piggy. That's creepy. I know, right? I don't really. That's a little too eerie. I know this wither skeleton farm is not the best. I know I could have built. I probably should have built the ENXO4 wither skelly farm, but I really just wanted that accomplishment of saying I cleared an entire nether perimeter and built something in it. Because I cleared one before. If anybody remembers building with fWhip, boy, did we clear another perimeter in building with fWhip. And we didn't do anything. Actually, we built another fortress mob farm, but it was really bad. It was my own design, and oh gosh, I should have looked up one. Have you ever had an opportunity to communicate with Mojang developers? Yeah, I know a few of them really well. Some sort of creative summit or private discussion about upcoming features. As in like me being able to contribute towards ideas for a new update? No, it's more of them presenting their ideas and asking for feedback. Minecraft creators, typically there's 1 or 2 creator summits throughout the year where Mojang kind of gives us a heads up of what they're working on and kind of where things are going. And so I attend those. I like to be in the know and I like to talk with the team. I know a few of them pretty well. I probably talked with Corey the most. He's a really nice dude. Very, very genuine person. Thoughts on the Imp and Skiz podcast? I haven't watched it. I have an interview in my hour for a dream job. Do you have any advice? Well, they've already looked at your resume and they've said, we want to talk with this person, which means you already have 1 box checked. That is the most important part. I know you're probably nervous as heck right now, but you already got 1 box checked. They like you enough to want to talk to you and learn more. So you should go in that with like a bout of confidence of being like, I am cool. Like I'm out here doing it. Like I'm doing the thing. Go me. And that's good luck. You're gonna do great. Go in there. Few deep breaths beforehand. And a big thing, I used to do interviews and I used to, for the company I used to work at, I was on one of our interview loops for my team. And one of the things that I loved hearing from people that I was interviewing who were trying to join and get hired is them asking and just saying, can I take a second to think before I respond? And that was one of the things I was like, that takes so much guts to be able to do that and just be like, you know what? I can get you that answer if you can just let me think for a second. And that really shows like that you're not just gonna like throw out the first thing in your brain. If you need to think about something and you're like, ooh, they ask a question, like, and you don't have a response right away, you can honestly just say, hey, can I think for a few seconds before I respond? Like, can I collect my thoughts? And if it's a company that doesn't respect that, you probably don't want to be there. But yeah, good luck. Do you design your builds personally? Yeah, I design everything I make. Redstone farms, I typically use other people's stuff. But anything that's pure, like an aesthetic building or a way to go around a farm or anything like that, that's all my designs. Yeah, also remember you're interviewing them. Yeah, take the time to ask questions about them and decide if it's a place you want to work. It might be your favorite thing. It might be the coolest thing ever, your dream place where you want to go. But looking at things from the outside, you might have a different idea in your brain versus what the culture of the company actually is. That's a big part of it. Company culture will make or break any dream job. Doesn't matter how cool the thing is that you're doing, making your favorite video game, working on rocket ships, or whatever it might be. If the company culture is bad, you're not going to have a good time, no matter how much you love it. We ever decorate the Nether perimeter a bit more? Probably not insanely. I'd love to do something. Like, we have the Blaze farm over there. Kind of forgot that's the thing. I've never had to visit it. I've got so many of them that I never used. Some companies just absolutely suck, even if the work is very cool. Yeah. And a lot of times, unfortunately, it's that the companies, like, their hands are tied, and they're just like forced by upper management. Like, your manager could be trying their absolute best, but it just might not be they just might not have the power to change things. You shout out my 5-year-old Jax, who loves your video. Hi, Jax, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good Friday, dude. And Shelby, hope you're having a great Friday as well. Okay, let's go drop off these materials because I don't need them. Woohoo, nighttime. Is it a good sign if the head of the company starts their second email towards you with dear? I mean, that's a normal way to start an email. Dear blah blah blah, and then you go on. That's pretty normal for starting an email. It might be a little old school, but doesn't make it less normal. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Now, if they're calling you dear instead of your name, then that's a thing where you should set a barrier and say, actually, I'd prefer if you called me by my first name. And then then their response there can really dictate how that relationship should move forward. And then if they continue doing it or not, then you really go in. Not in Germany, it's very informal. In the US, it's very formal. So, you know, it's based off where you are in the world. So there's all that. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff in there. That's cool. Blah, 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 blah. I need to get a bunch of leaves together and things like that. Let's go here. We're gonna run around and just grab a few materials. I want to get a shulker box of... I need to get a bunch of birch leaves, so we're gonna have to go chop a bunch of those down. Acacia we're not gonna use. Okay, another quick trip down to get mangrove leaves because I want to use those as like an edge block along the whatchamacallit itself, like the terrain that we're going to be making. And this gives us a good way to finally get rid of all these mangrove leaves. Just throw them in the shulker. We're just on a little bit of a chore mode right now. What's your thoughts on 1.20.1? I didn't really update to 1.20.1. I will definitely be updating to 1.20.2 though. Oh, I hope that experimental feature with the villagers gets added. I'm very excited. In Sweden, it's very informal. Greeting with first and last name, and the rest, everyone, no matter who you are, go by first name. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, if you put like dear fWhip, comma, and then you started whatever your email is to me, I would not see that as informal. But I'm also from the US. But if you also just called me like, hey dear, I'd be like, no. No. Unless you're my grandma, no. Or just, you know, a nice old lady in general. They can call me dear. That's fine. But if it's some random person, especially if they're like sending a business deal, I'm like, no. Goodbye. We'll bring our dead bushes with us too. That'll be good. Now we just need to go get a bunch of birch leaves. We don't do deer. Yeah. Liz, no. We're never doing it now. These are birch leaves, right? Yes, they are. We're gonna see how many we have. We might not need to gather more. I think I want a full shulker box, though. I'll be honest. I think I do. There's a few more. And we have that birch tree box we can grab some more out of, too. I'm very much of the side of I would rather have the materials than spend time grinding that. I would rather run out of materials than spend time grinding extras right now, just because it's been a heck of a project to get here so far. Ooh, there's more birch. And I'm okay with having to put the grind off till later. Those are a bunch of oak leaves. We want those. And then I also had a bunch of oak leaves in here. We want that. I think we're probably gonna want 2 shulkers of oak leaves. Just because. Actually, we need to fill you up with more oaky leaves. And I definitely want... Oh, we got oak leaves up here. Perfect. Nice. Okay. We can put that back in here. What else do we got? Do I have any azalea leaf boxes? I'm not bringing cherry blossom leaves. After seeing what Grian was talking about with the cherry blossom leaves, like, coasting for so long... I was like, you know what? I can give cherry blossom leaves another chance. Like I should give cherry blossom leaves another chance. That looked really kind of cool. And now I just need to actually do it. Okay, we have 600 azalea leaves. That is not enough. We're gonna go plant a bunch of those. And I think because we need to harvest flowering azalea leaves, and we can just grab some bone meal. That's not a lot of bone meal. Where's my box of bones? There's bones. There's bone meal. That might honestly be enough to grow that much. And then we want to do a little empty box for azalea leaves. And then we also want for the flowering, because I'm going to just get so many that I need to put them somewhere. Because we already have that. I believe that's also full. And, oh, no, there's no others that are full. That's great. You should build an end castle. I want to do some more organic builds in the end, but I don't know how many like structures I want to do. I kind of like the idea that the end is like this out of reality space, that there's no like real buildings. Cherry blossom leaves are too bright and vibrant. I agree. What do you want 1.21 to be? I would love to see something involving the end. That would be cool to see eventually.
Hey, for real.
But
Hope you have a nice weekend from Denmark.
is it Ricky? I'm assuming that is a different way to pronounce that, but thank you so much for the dono. I hope you have a lovely weekend as well. So I would like to see something end related, because there's just nothing out there. We can all be honest. The end has biomes. All the biomes look the same. There are biomes in the end already. You can fly around out there and you will find different biome names. It's true. There's like 6 of them. There's 6 or 7. And they're all the exact same. Their generation maybe is a little bit bigger island, a little bit smaller island, a little bit bigger island. And I think that needs to be changed. And I think they could use that as an excuse to add some more alien-ish type trees. Think of how they did the Nether trees to introduce warped and crimson wood to fill those color palettes. Imagine if they just do that with a different type of tree. Like, just like, let's they can kind of just do it and make it happen, and it can be really cool. Obvious, just skip them when they're done. You don't have to watch the whole thing. I appreciate people who do, but I also want you to be here for the content. So the mid-roll ads are gonna run just because it helps me financially, but it doesn't. You can, if there's an option to skip it, just click the skip. You don't have to feel bad about doing that. Yeah, because like there's so many pallets left on the trees that still need to be filled in, and I think they could really do something cool with that. Okay, this is a pretty big flat area here, so we can just start laying these guys down. I'll tell you what, before we do this though, I gotta go pee, so I'll be right back in just a moment, my friends. Enjoy the music. Here, bees. Alrighty. There's our creep. Oh my gosh. And one. Oh no, there's two creepers in my office. There's a little tiny one behind Goblin Flip, and then there's the bigger one wearing the hat. He's back. Oh my gosh, he's back. Wow. Hit pause, he can't die. Oh, we were gonna look at stats. Look at this. Look at this, friends. Netherite pickaxe is now 930,000. If we add that with diamond pick, we're almost over 1 million blocks mined with pickaxes, which is pretty crazy. Netherite shovel is 477. The sand is now my third most used item in the game. I have placed more sand than I have chopped down anything with an axe.
Donations and watching ads. If I'm going to support someone, it's not going to be because I was begged to. Supporting creators like you who care about their viewers, totally worth it.
Hey, Fallen Feathers, I really appreciate that. It's one of those where, like, I know being a content creator, obviously I have to make revenue. Like, if I want to keep this as a job, I have to earn money. So there's all part of that. Like, it is what it is. But I am at a point in life where I'm very lucky to be doing what I'm doing, and I've been very successful at what I'm doing. So I'm like, and you all are here because you want to be here, and I don't want to be taking advantage of that. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the donut. That's really kind of you. But I want to make sure I keep that consistent on everything throughout whether it's a big month or a small month or whatever. I try very hard not to be like the second I feel like I'm at the point where I'm like begging people to become members or patrons or whatever like that, that's the second that I'm like, maybe I need to start looking at doing this as like look at a different career option. Because if I'm at that point, it probably means I'm not making enough money really, which probably means that the audience has gone, and maybe it's time for me to move on to do something else as well. So I don't know. I'm very happy with how everything's been going. Blocky, if you want Blocky Shipwright to be in this world, you have to stay. I'm kidding. You can go if you want to. It's totally fine. Okay, we're gonna do like a little Oh, actually, I wanted to be recording.
Ka-ching!
How many blocks to do? 3? Okay. We're gonna do boop. The reason why I'm doing 3 and then these little 2s, you'll see in just a momento. I'm trying to maximize our leaf space, but still also make it a little bit easier to like jump on top. So we're gonna do 1 flowering per for now. We're gonna do them all on the left side. Because these trees are kind of tall and they're weird to jump into to get the leaves because you can't really just go up straight. So I like to leave that 1 off to the side. We place all these in. This will be half of them. And we're gonna start from this side and hope that the tree goes that way. It did! Yay. So we're gonna do all these. And then maybe let's harvest them. Let's harvest them. Alicia, thank you so much for the 5 gift members. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Okay, regular box. Second regular box. We can do this. Bam, bam, whoop, bam. Look at me, professional.
It's real.
Hey, I just began a giant city project in my creative world, the biggest I've ever built. Thank you for inspiration and endless entertainment.
Now remember, one thing I will say about giant city projects, learned by yours truly, over planning can come at a fault. There is definitely a way in Minecraft to over plan your build so much that you get paralyzed in where do I start this thing? I planned so much and what do I do first? So take that information with what you will. I'm sure you're going to do great. It's going to look absolutely awesome. But from somebody who has previously done an absolutely massive city project, building with fWhip City,
I'm of the mindset that in games, it's always best to follow the dopamine. When not gaming, then it's time to do chores. It helps the ADHD.
That's fair, that's fair, that's fair. Definitely, I'm with you on that. Rune Bunny, thanks so much for the donut. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I remember the building with fWhip City. I didn't get burned out, I would say, but I definitely got like, man, this is a big, it's a big boy. Like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this guy anymore. And it was just because like how much I'd planned with it and like gotten ready for like whatever was going to be coming. I was just like, oh, I don't even want to start wherever this needs to go next to make it happen. This one's gonna be a little bit harder to get in. We didn't get a natural uppy. I think we can find the uppy right here though. Uppies. Nope, nope, we can make this. We can do it, I believe. Uppies. Yarn. I've been saying uppies so much recently and I don't know why. It's like I keep saying it to my dogs. I'm just like, do you want to come uppies? They're just like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. Neither of our dogs like being picked up. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I don't know why or where I picked it up from.
Becoming a YouTuber?
Do it because you want to create content. Don't do it because you want it as a job. If you're not at a point where you can kind of understand what I mean by that, then maybe you need to figure that out first. But you just got to do it. You literally, YouTube is about doing it and failing until you get it right. You're not going to get it right away. And the only way you're going to do it and get it right away is if you're copying somebody. And that's only going to last for so long. Look at all of the 100 Days YouTube channels that came out. Look at how 90% of them are dead. And absolutely dead. Because they all saw this 100 days trend and they were like, wow, I could do this. This is so cool. Oh, I'm going to be so famous. Oh my gosh, I got 1 million views. That trend is gone. And so are all of their views. I know a few people who got into it. One of the only people I've seen successfully transfer like a large audience out of it is Joel. And Joel did a good job because he already had an audience going into it of people who like smallish beans. They were there for him, and then he also just grew like crazy by doing the 100 days really well. But the people who started and only did 100 days, as soon as that trend was gone, their channels are as if they never existed. Granted, they probably made a good 50 grand out of it, 60 grand for the people who are getting like the 2-3 million views a video. They were making a few grand per video. Like they were making a lot of money. So like, sure, that's a little side project to earn that much money. Yeah, why not? But yeah, just make sure if you're doing YouTube, you're doing it for you. If you're not doing it for you, you're never going to be happy with the result you have. If you're doing YouTube because you want it to be your job, you want to make all the money ever on YouTube, you're not going to be happy with how it's going. You're going to get burned out. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to want to quit because you'll find one video that isn't successful, and then that's all your benchmarking is doing videos that are going to get views, and that's not sustainable. What's the best way to get noticed on YouTube? Do something that's gonna get your channel out there, but also something that's gonna be searchable. If you're not, the general way to understand like how to sell a product in any market is whoever is doing it right now the best, you have to do it 20% better than them if you want to win out and do it and everything like that, because they're gonna have brand loyalty, they're gonna have everything going on for them. Like if you're doing hardcore YouTube right now and you want to grow, you have to be better than well over half of the hardcore YouTubers out there. You have to bring something new, you have to bring entertaining content, you have to be doing something cool. And that new and cool and everything like that can be a chill hardcore let's play. That can be new and fun and cool. Like it doesn't have to be like this big crazy grand thing where you throw all these memes in and make super edits and blah blah blah. If anything, that type actually fails vast majority of the time now. I've seen a few people who are recently transitioning to being a full-time YouTuber, and then they just started throwing all these like really cringy memes and things in their videos, trying to get that like hyped up audience that some of the people, the original really like memey hardcore channels got, and then they actually lost a vast majority of their audience that they had originally. So you just got to be literally just like thinking about it and build something that's going to represent you. Otherwise your audience isn't going to like it. Your content all has to be about you. Or it all has to represent you. If the content doesn't represent you, your audience is going to know, and they're going to catch on, and they're not going to want to be there, because why would they watch somebody who's not being themselves? Unless you want to full on be an actor the entire time in everything you're doing, that's fine. Would you ever do a fundraiser, like a 24-hour stream? Fundraiser, yes. We've done some in the past. We've done a lot of stuff for Empires. We've done a fundraiser every season. Well, twice, I guess, one each season. And that was cool. That was great to be a part of. It was really fun. We raised a lot of money the first time with Love Tropics. That was really cool. And I think they did Love Tropics again the second time. I wasn't able to be there for it. I had some other stuff going on. So I wasn't able to be the day that they organized it all. But yeah, I think it's absolutely awesome. It's being able to use the channel to like give back and make sure like and do something positive and have positive impact. That's really cool. I love it. It's so fun. But 24-hour stream, no thank you. I've done 12-hour streams in the past, and I was a zombie for the 2 days afterwards, so I don't want to do that again. Your first audience should be you. Create content you want to watch. Yeah, that's honestly such good advice. That is really good advice, and so many people don't follow that because they want the views. There's a few newer hardcore YouTubers that are coming out that are just Minecraft YouTubers that are coming out that are getting into the hardcore scene, and all they're doing is looking at a cookie god and copying his videos and his thumbnails verbatim, and that's it. Anytime I love the one that I love to see because it's so obvious, so obvious, is the people that put a big circle of their they build their little starter base, and then they do a giant circle around it and divide it into all the different colors, and then they put their sheep in those circles. And that's their thumbnail. They just want that big old circle with all the colors divided in there. Because I don't even know if that was Cookie God who did that one first, but somebody did it and it went really well, and now every single little hardcore Minecraft channel that's just following in footsteps,
Nice
trying to rake up the extra views that are gonna come off of it, they're all the exact same. It's so bad. And then the people who make their end, then you have the ones who make the end portal, where they have their big circle, but at the corners of the circle they do the little bumps in, so it's not a clean circle, and so it's like the 6 little bumps and then there. Or they take a circle and divide it and put a different biome in each circle. That's a really unique idea out there too right now. You believe every single person that's doing that right now, they definitely came up with the idea themselves. Didn't see that there are a few videos doing that had 1 billion views on it, or millions of views on them. Yeah, you definitely know they came up with that themselves. I mean, I get it. Being inspired by somebody else, that is part of being a creator. You have to find inspiration. You will not find all the inspiration in your brain. It's impossible. The way to create your best art, your best content, is to be inspired by other people. That is a big part of it. But copying people is not being inspired by people. You see so many people on the internet saying like, wow, I was so inspired by blah 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 to build this house. Like, I've seen it a few times on Reddit and whatnot, where people are like, oh my gosh, I was inspired by fWhip to build this house, and they just built my house. They didn't change anything. And then they're saying, oh my gosh, look at my cool starter base, it was inspired by fWhip.
Cha-ching!
And it's like, no, you built my house. It wasn't inspired by it, you copied it. Like, and it's fine. Like, I don't care, but like, it's, if you want to build a house that I made in this world, you want to build something in your own world, that's fine. Like, that's cool. Or wonder what inspires B-dubs? A lot of the creative building community. There's a lot of creative builders out there that have been using a lot of the tactics that he's been now discovering with the walls and the glass panes and things like that, and like the birds that he made, those types of things. Those have been around for years. And in different ways, shapes and forms, like having a flock of birds, using that type of stuff. Most of that came from, like, he did a new way of adding the trapdoor to make it survival friendly. But what people used to do was like a pressure plate and a like the lever underneath it, so you had to use like the debug stick to get it in there. So what B-dubs has been doing recently is saying, wow, the thing that this person did recently, like in the creative side, that's so cool. How can I translate that into survival Minecraft? So what he's doing is unique and all that, and it's great. It's really cool what B-dubs has been coming up with, because he's revolutionized the building community more times than you can count. But a lot of it is not like just like native things. It's you can see, if you follow a lot of like the big creative builders, you can find a lot of that stuff in there. They have like the creative debuggy world edit version of it. So copied Afterlife Tavern once, used as a baseline for a style of village around it. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. If you want to get in there, use it for inspiration and then make other things on top of it, that's great. That's really cool. That's a good way to be inspired, because then you kind of practice, you see how things come together, and then you add your own stuff on top of it. That's fantastic. Have you ever watched Wadzi? Yeah, Wadzi inspired a lot of stuff I was doing when I started this series. 100%. Wadzi did a fantastic job. I was bummed that he stopped uploading his hardcore series. He's a really, really talented creator. Wadzi seems like he got so in his head about wanting to produce this perfect content with all this crazy heavy editing and this standard he set on himself. It's not sustainable. It's not possible for one person to keep up with that, especially because he kept wanting to do more and more editing on each of them. But that dude, he's so talented, so incredibly talented. Do you have any YouTubers that copied you? There's quite a few out there. There's a few I've called out publicly. And I don't bother anymore. I don't need to stir those pots. But there is somebody who has copied, oh dang it, me since they pretty much started their channel, and they still do it now, and they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I called them out for it once and they blocked me. So I just was like, all right, whatever. This person knows what they're doing. They're very I was like, whatever, you can do your own thing, I don't care. I was like, you're only going to be as successful as like a fraction of what I'm doing because you've never had a unique idea. You should just copy mine. But I mean, when I got started, I was very inspired by B-dubs. Heck, the first series I had was called Building with fWhip. Where do you think I got that name idea from? I loved watching what he did in the original Building with B-dub series, and I was like, I also love the idea of building my own world. That sounds fantastic. That's really cool. And so I did it my own way. And that's great. That's a great way to find projects you want to do, but you have to make sure that the fact of doing it my own way comes in. I miss seeing a frequent Wadsy upload. Yeah. No, he did a really good job.
Pleased to meet you.
John Mark, thank you so much for the dono, and Madison, thank you so much for the 11 months. Also, Rumble Bumble, thank you so much for the gift member. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've watched SB a few times. I just don't enjoy 100 Days content. I find the commentary 100 Days content very dry, so I tend to not watch them anymore. There's only so much you can do when your content and everything has to be built around, and on day blah 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 I did this. There's only so many ways you can rephrase that and say you're doing something unique and make it interesting, that anybody who does 100 Days content anymore, I don't watch. I watched them for a while and it was cool, sure, but I can't be bothered anymore. I find them so dry. Like there's still an audience out there for it. Obviously, there's still people who love it, but for me, it's not my preferred type of content, so I'm not gonna watch it. I've been falling in love with finding small channels, and like really small channels. I found somebody yesterday who has like 800 subscribers, and I've just been watching their chill survival let's plays. Like old school, like kind of the style I did when I was starting Building with fWhip, where it's really simple, like a house per episode. They're just discovering Minecraft for the first time, and it's been so fun. It's been really, really cool. And it's been really fun to kind of just follow through and see what's going on. So anytime I see like a small channel with like barely any views popping up on my homepage, recently I just feel like, yeah, I'm gonna give them a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see if this person is good. Like, I am more than willing to take a chance and see if I enjoy them or not. We actually don't need to do the entire second round. We already got our box. What's the channel name? I want to learn more about that one before I give them a shout out. But somebody who I do want to, we could give a shout out right now. I was watching their video this morning, I believe. Let me pull them up. Where is it? I think they uploaded a few days ago. This person, they have 5,000 subscribers. So if you want to go subscribe and give them some love, I've been subscribed to them for a few months. They do a really good job. They're very genuine, very, very nice person. Their content is so chill. They're just like telling a story in their own little Minecraft world, and it's really fun. It's really, really fun. I found them. I also love their art style. They're I believe they're a digital artist or something, but they make all their thumbnail little characters themselves. I found them back like around this. I think I literally saw episode 1 like 9 months ago now. I saw it more recently, but I went back and watched most of them. But yeah, Pyre Martin, 100%. They are very genuine person. They seem like an absolutely lovely person. Eggs, thank you for posting the link. Yeah, tell them I sent you. I've never commented on a video, but I really like them. I think they are gonna go somewhere really well. It's kind of a channel that I think is gonna have one of those small communities that's just really obsessed with them and really, really genuine and just so sweet. So don't go be toxic over there. Go just be the nicest person ever. But yeah, their content is really nice. They're like exploring and discovering Minecraft for the first time, like on like a YouTube side, it seems like. But yeah, they've done a really good job. They just gained 500 subs. No, that 50. If they gain 500, that's crazy. If so, I love you all. I'll go check them out after the stream. Yeah, I think they're awesome. I think they're so cool. They do a really, really good job. It's a very much a story-driven, like, Let's Play. So there's a little bit of role-playing inside of it. So if you're down or not down for that, very nice person. I've watched enough of their videos now. I'm very cautious about giving shout-outs. It has to be somebody that I follow and have been following for a few months for me to give them a shout-out. Because I don't give a shout-out to somebody and then discover that they're not a person that I agree with on things, or if they're somebody who, like, I just think is not somebody that I would... If I wouldn't bring them into a video on my own channel, or somebody I would consider, like, working with or whatever, I'm not going to give them a shout-out. I want to make sure that, like, I can, like, understand their content enough and kind of see a little bit more about who the person they are and get a glimpse of, like, what they represent before I send anybody over there. I want to make sure it's they are 100% family friendly. Maybe not 100%, but mostly family friendly from what I can tell. Just a very, very sweet person. Let's see, there's all the leaves. There's our pitcher pods. We'll just throw the rooted dirt in there. I'll just throw these in here too. Sweet. Gave a shout out and their subscriber number is jumping pretty quickly now. Hey, awesome. Do you ever see QSMP? I watched the first stream that it happened and said, this is not for me. And I have watched none of it since. The only person on QSMP that I watch is I occasionally lurk in Phil's streams. I think Phil's hardcore world is really cool. And I think Phil's community is really cool for what they've been able to grow and kind of like turn into. His story is just fun. I think he's a good guy. I've never had the opportunity to chat with him, but he seems like a really, really nice guy. My 7-year-old keeps finding the worst. I have to filter her YouTube feed. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I get it. I mean, a lot of that, like the people who kind of go towards that younger audience, you either get people like Catherine, who are just so overly sweet and very much like on the kid-friendly vibes, or you get people who are just kind of going for like what you'd assume, like when you hear like crazy Zoomer energy, that's like the side you go for. You recognize Iboxy Toy Cat? I've chatted with him once, maybe a few times. Actually, random fact on that. Iboxy Toy Cat was doing a video on Minecraft Legends a long time ago when, you know, that was a thing. And Grian and I were playing games, and Grian randomly goes like, oh, Toy Cat's on, and his lobby's open right now, and it's only him inside of it. He has a game going on. I'm gonna join. And I was like, I'm joining too. And so we just joined in on his lobby and completely crashed whatever tutorial he was recording on it. It was like how to like play the game. And Green and I had been playing so much. We were probably like 8-9 hours into like running constant PvP games and just destroying people. So we really knew what we were doing. We had our strats down and everything like that. So we just jumped in there and just were like, yeah, boo, 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 and just like completely blew it up. And you can go watch his video. And he's like, oh, Green joined. Oh, fWhip joined. He didn't. I don't think he knew me at the time. And then he was just like, oh. He's like, what's going on? Is there a dog at the door? There's a dog at the door. No. Nice punch, you're blocking the door, so it doesn't swing open. Wait, remember what video it was? It was like one of his only videos. It was one of his only Minecraft Legends videos. Why is this not working? Hello. Oh, my stream deck died. Nope, that's the wrong one. Oh, there we go.
Hey, come here. I'll give you scratches. You don't need to give yourself scratches. Hello. Yes, hello. How are you doing? Wonderful to see you today. Thank you for coming and saying hi to the internet. What's up? Yeah. How's your day going? A good Friday. Hi. Yeah, this is Nova Bean. She's a cutie. Yeah, she's 2.5. She'll be 3 in December. Yeah. She's our big Malamute. So big. I know, I call you big and you're like, Dad, no, stop. Gonna get hair everywhere in your office. Doggo face reveal. She's on streams a lot. Do you want to work now? Stream Deck, why'd you break? My stream deck died. 1 second. Hello, stream deck? Oh, no, it like fully died. Weird. Weird. Oh no. Whoa. I don't know. I might have to restart my computer to fix that. Interesting. I think Kodo's the one that wants the goblin. Yeah, he does. He does. Okay, let me see. I wish they had like a switch to trigger it. No, I can't fix that. 1 second. Actually, you know what? We've been live for over 2 hours. I've got all the resources. Honestly, my friends, I think we might just call it there today. I gotta manually go over here and do it. Thank you all so very much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Task manager reset. No, the stream deck, like the program itself is working. Like I can pull it up on my computer and modify it, but the deck itself is frozen. There's a way to switch a setup. Huh, yeah, I'll have to figure it out. I'll go check it out later. But thank you everybody for being here. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a absolutely wonderful weekend. There will be a video coming out hopefully next Thursday. Next Wednesday is my birthday. We're gonna be live streaming for the birthday, probably doing something big. I kind of want to do like a longer just chill stream, hanging out. We'll find out. We'll find some Minecraft cakes and candles and stuff like that, and maybe do a little fireworks show. Who knows? But thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Thank you for all the endless support, and honestly going out and supporting other people that I'm like, hey, this is a cool person, you should check them out. That's absolutely awesome. But thank you so much for being here. With that, my friends, I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye.